So, India completely shocked me. I've been back for about 2 weeks now, so the honeymoon is officially over. In this video, I'm going to tell you the three things I loved about India, the three things I didn't like about India, and the three things that completely surprised me. So, let's begin with the three things that I absolutely loved about India. The first will have to be the heartwarming people there. I mean, there were so many friendly people in India. It was an incredible journey. Everywhere I went, whether it was the tour guides, whether it was random people on the street just waving and saying hi, whether it was the bus drivers who kept filling up our water bottles throughout the whole entire 2 weeks journey in North India, or whether some store clerks or some just random families that were also traveling in India and they just come up to me and start a conversation. I, I mean, this doesn't happen in many countries throughout the world. I've been to 52 countries, but India really made it very special for me. And this is absolutely the top thing I loved about India. So the second thing I loved about India would have to be the food. Oh my God, the cuisine in India is addictive to say the least. I mean, throughout the 2 weeks I was in India, I ate pretty much naan and curry and biryani or some variation of that every single day, whether it was chicken biryani or lamb curry, roti, or naan or butter chicken, or even veg. The food was just incredible. It was amazing. It was so tasty. I mean, I've had India food overseas before. I've been eating it ever since I was a child. But in India, they just take it up to another level. However, with the food, I didn't try too much street food because as a foreigner, street food might not be so kind to my stomach. I've only had street food once in India, and I was completely fine. So other than that, the tour, they took us to like some pretty much fine dining high-end restaurant in India, and there was no issue at all with the stomach. I ate everything. I asked for extra spicy almost every single meal, and I had no stomach issues whatsoever. What surprised me about the food is that, in India, they have two separate menus. One's called veg and one's called non-veg. So non-veg doesn't mean no vegetables. Non-veg means vegetables plus meat, whereas veg is just vegetables without the meat, completely vegetarian. So that's what surprised me about the food in India. I don't know why they call it veg and non-veg instead of veg and, with meat or something, or carnivore or something. Yeah. So that's what surprised me about the food. And the third thing I absolutely loved about India would be the breathtaking landmarks. Whether it's the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the mosques we went to, the temples, I mean, all the places, even fortresses, they were absolutely stunning. It's amazing how well kept the architecture is. I mean, I've got some really nice photos from these places and some videos as well, which I'll be showing you in the upcoming videos I'm going to be uploading. I mean, these were just breathtaking. I've been to a lot of places with unique and amazing architecture, but I feel like India, beyond my expectation, just took it up another level. You'll see what I mean when I upload more videos about India. So now we're going to talk about the three things I did not like about India. Number one will also have to be a certain type of people. There's a lot of schemers in India. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but pretty much everywhere in India you go, no matter the city, I don't know, the street, if it's like a tourist friendly place, there's going to be a lot of these schemers. So number one would be the beggars, the street beggars. Now, what surprised me about the street beggars is that they're mostly children, and sometimes they're accompanied by women, allegedly their mother, but we don't know if it's really their mother or not. Yeah. So these beggars are everywhere, and they're quite persistent too. They come up to you, they'll touch you, they'll start patting you with their hand, and they ask you for money. Even if you tell them no, you have to say to them several times, and avoid eye contact. And then only then they will go away after maybe like 5 or 10 seconds, and they'll move on to the next person. Number two would be the street sellers. So there's a lot of vendors selling stuff on the street, and they especially approach tourists because tourists would be perceived to be easy targets for them. Because number one, we have more money than the average local. And number two, we're willing to spend more money and probably bargain less than the average Indian. So a lot of these street vendors that come up to you, whether they're selling you some random jewelry or some hats, some, I don't know, like it could be anything, a piece of garment or something. Yeah, they're very, very persistent. And sometimes they'll try to put something in your hand. Just say, oh, just have a look. Just take it. It's free. It's free. But that would be a big mistake if you ever did that. Because once you touch the item they're trying to sell to you, or once they put something in your hand, you're going to lose some money for sure. Because they will never give up. They're going to keep coming after you. So you're going to lose some money for sure. And also, number three, there's some fake photographers at the landmarks in India. For example, at the Taj Mahal, some random guy with a camera, he approached me. He showed me his license, and he said that he was a professional photographer. And he said no money. He wants no money from me. He just wants to help me take some beautiful shots of me in front of the Taj Mahal. So at first I said, okay, why not? Because he was very persistent. So I let him take a few photos of me. But then soon after that, I realized that he's trying to get me further and further away from my group. And I just told him, hey, look, I can't get away from my group. I came here with a group. I must stick together with my group. And he got really upset. Of course, he handed me back my camera, but he was noticeably upset. Like his whole attitude, his face completely changed. So later I read online that there are a lot of these people that are telling tourists, oh, they want no money, everything's free, or something along the line. And that they'll start taking photos and videos for you. And they seem completely friendly, completely normal. They're licensed and everything, allegedly. And then as you let them string you along, after a while, they're going to start asking you for money. And so it's not free after all. And if by then you don't give them any money, I think they're going to be very upset. And they're going to be very persistent to get money out of you. Supposedly done some, they've already put into work for you. So yeah, in this situation, you're likely to lose some money in order to avoid more trouble, if you know what I mean. Okay, the second thing I didn't like about India, but this is pretty much what I expected before I went there, was all the air pollution, the dirty roads, and like that, basically the hygiene in general. Street food, I mentioned that earlier. And also like at some places like religious temples, you're forced to take off your shoes well before the entrance. So you're gonna have to walk a lot just to get to the temple with your bare feet or with your socks on. And then you realize by the time you get back to your shoes, your feet or your socks, they're all dirty. So the third and final thing I didn't like about India, but also kind of expected, was all the traffic and the noise pollution, especially the noise pollution. The traffic I can kind of tolerate because I've traveled to 52 countries and there's a lot of bad traffic in many countries I've been to. However, the noise pollution in India takes on to another level. Every single driver, whether they're driving a normal car, a bus, or a tuk-tuk, people there just love honking for some reason. They can honk all day and all night. Yeah, so if you're in a hotel room next to a busy street, you're not getting sleep unless you're someone who can sleep through the noise. Fortunately for me, I had earplugs. But yeah, just going out every day and sitting through traffic and just having people honking like all around you 360 degrees. I mean, it kind of wears you down after a while. I mean, it's not just an inconvenience. All this noise, it kind of makes you tired after a couple hours. And on top of that, I don't know like if this is like an environment I can live in. I might be needing some hearing aid after I get older or something. So that's the final thing I didn't like about India. Now, the three things that completely surprised me about India. On top of the list will have to be not everyone spoke English. This was a complete surprise to me because every single Indian person I've met outside of India, whether it's in Japan, it's in China, it's in Canada, it's in US or Europe, spoke flawless English. I mean, of course, they still have the Indian accent. But if I was texting with this person, if I was emailing with this person, the English is flawless. You wouldn't be able to tell where this person was from. You might think, oh, it must be a native speaker. However, that wasn't the case for me in Delhi and throughout North India, like in Rajasthan. So there were, of course, people I met that spoke really good English. Um, there were some really friendly people that were traveling alone. Some well-educated people in India. They have like engineering jobs where they're working IT or they're working in finance that I met throughout the trip. Fantastic English. Also, just some random people I've talking to in elevators or at restaurants spoke really good English. Some of the store clerks spoke good English. A few of the tuk-tuk drivers or taxis spoke some English. I will not say they're good English because they're a little bit hard to understand, but it was good enough to get by. Also, there were some people selling stuff, of course, that were really good English speakers. But then again, like there are a lot of people I met that barely spoke any English. They spoke very basic level English, um, and they were kind of hard to understand. Of course, these are not tour guides. Of course, these are not vendors. Yeah, sometimes these were like tuk-tuk drivers or taxi drivers. Some of these were like people that worked at the airport, like some of the airport staff, surprisingly. And of course, in the restaurants, and there are some people that was taking orders from my food or that brought me my food that spoke a little bit English, but when I tried to get into a conversation with them, yeah, I quickly realized that English was not something they were comfortable speaking. So that kind of surprised me. I don't know if it's just a North Indian thing or a Delhi thing because I've never been to other parts of India. So I'm wondering if I go further south to Mumbai or even further to Kerala, where English might be more widely spoken because there's less people that speak Hindi there. Maybe the English level is higher. I'm not sure. So if I go to India again, then and explore these other places, then I will know. So the second thing that surprised me was the Delhi airport. So when I flew into Delhi, I had a fantastic experience. As soon as I came out the gates into the main arrival lobby, there was nobody heckling me for taxi or tuk-tuk or anything. It was just normal people waiting for their friends or waiting to pick up somebody. And the place was completely neat, completely clean. It looked well organized. And this completely surprised me because I've been to places like in China, in Southeast Asia, also in Nepal. As soon as you get out of the airport, arrival terminal, the people heckling you for taxi, taxi, taxi. And these are not tourist friendly, if you know what I mean, because they're going to overcharge you. So this completely surprised me about Delhi airport upon arrival. So when I was leaving Delhi to fly out of India, I was a little bit upset with the airport staff, like the people that worked at security, whether it was like outside of the airport or through the security lines. I mean, number one, they seem very unenthusiastic about their job. I mean, it could have just been the ones I encountered. Maybe it's not everybody. But yeah, they look really unhappy and miserable and just unenthusiastic about their job. And number two, the guy in the security line, he keep playing with my stuff. He told me to take out like all my electronics, so I took out my iPad, my both my iPhones, all my camera gear, and everything. And then he was just sitting there playing with it, like they're toys or something. Yeah, and I couldn't say anything to him because I was already on the other side of the security check. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. And the third thing that bothered me was, so when my stuff came out the security scanner, because there's nothing behind it at the time, so the stuff was still far away enough from me, I couldn't reach them. But it's clearly that they passed through the scanner and there's nothing wrong and nothing needed to be rechecked or anything. But the guy was just sitting in front of there, and he wouldn't pass me my stuff. So I asked him, "Hey sir, can you please pass me my stuff?" And he did it very reluctantly, and he barely pushed it like half a meter further. So I had to lean over on top of the security belt just to pull my cart and grab my stuff over. Yeah, so that kind of upset me a little bit, and I think that was a bit below average of what I would experience traveling around the world in different airports. And number three, what surprised me about India, and just actually kind of upset me at the time, was that at these unique landmarks, a lot of them, such as the Taj Mahal, for example, or a lot of these fortresses, they don't allow you to bring your selfie stick or tripod. Even if you're shooting with your iPhone or you're shooting with something small like the Insta360 Go Ultra camera, they don't allow me to bring this selfie stick, even if it's just this tall. And they also don't allow you to bring anything with a tripod, and this has a tripod in it, as you can see. And they definitely don't allow you to bring gimbals. And I had all three with me on my trip. I had tripod, I had selfie stick, I had gimbal. So I have to leave them all on the bus or in the hotel. That really upset me. But and when I asked the tour guide why India has this stupid rule, and and his explanation completely baffled me. I mean, nothing wrong with his explanation. It's just the idea behind the rule completely baffled me. It's because if you have a tripod, if you have a selfie stick or a gimbal, you are perceived as a professional. And if you're perceived as a professional, then you're making money by taking videos and photos of these landmarks. However, if you operate your iPhone, I have an iPhone 17 Pro Max, or if you operate your Insta360 Go Ultra camera without the tripod or the selfie stick or the gimbal, it's not perceived as professional, and you're probably not making money from it. So that's the idea. I mean, for me, this is unfathomable. This blows my mind. But it is the law, or I shouldn't say law. It is the rule here in India, and they do have security checks and people that check you for these kind of things. Also, if they missed it at a security check and they find out later on while you're inside that you have a tripod, a gimbal, or a selfie stick, you're gonna get yelled at, and they might even confiscate it, depending on the person, of course. They're probably just likely tell you to put it away, but if they see you again, they're likely to confiscate it. Yeah, so it's pretty serious here in India, that they don't allow you to take these things with you to these fortresses or landmarks, UNESCO World Heritage sites. Yeah, it just baffles me. But luckily for me, I had the Insta360 Go Ultra camera that can be attached to my chest or onto my hat, so I can operate it hands free. And also, your iPhone shoots pretty well without a selfie stick or a gimbal. Of course, you have more options with the iPhone if you can shoot it, with accessories. But as a standalone camera for videos and photos, it's already fantastic by itself. So I really don't see why they have this rule here in India. It completely baffles me. I hope it's just a North India thing, and it's not the same rule throughout India. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna be a little upset on my future trips to India. Especially because recently I've gotten so passionate about filmmaking, about taking photos, vlogs, and videos. This became my new hobby, my new endeavor now. And not to be able to use my knowledge to the full extent would bother me for sure. So the final question is, will I ever visit India again? And the answer is absolutely yes. I had a fantastic 2 weeks trip in India. From all the things I mentioned, I will definitely be going to India again. In the future, I want to visit other parts of India. I like to see northeast side of India, the side that's close to China. Also, I want to see South India. I want to see Mumbai. I want to see Goa. I want to see Kochi. I also want to see Chennai. I want to see Hyderabad. I want to see Bangalore. I want to see Kolkata. Also, I want to go up to the very north and see Kashmir. India is a vast country with many beautiful landscapes and places, unique culture, unique food, interesting people. I want to go back over and over again. So, yes, the short answer is yes, I love India. And India also changed me as a person. So, if you're thinking about traveling to India, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos about India.